kill, I wanna destroy, I wanna use my energy to fill the void. I shall travel through time to the depths of the mind, power my dreams with destiny divine. Don't you get up to me, I'm so drugged in a crew and invaded beliefs. When I got you, I can do anything. True love, true love, true love. Cut the ball, pull the cord, cut the cord, be the one who sucks the life from deep inside of you. I was looking for a purpose, looking for a truth. Dark side, motherfucker, it's the only thing to do. Don't you get up to me, I went to Hollywood, I just deserve to succeed. When I got you, I can do anything. True love, true love, true love. I don't want the red ring of death. I'll keep
Hi guys, how's it? Welcome all to my Afrikaans speaking followers. Welcome everyone else to round one predictions of the 2024 Six Nations Championship, as I will be covering this year, a new kind of thing. Not really, like I said, no dog in the fight, but I felt like doing a little bit of a prediction video just to kind of say who I think could win and some possible scenarios after week one. So we're going to go ahead. Before I even get started, the intro music, man. Got turned on to these oaks today from Gauteng, Johannesburg. The Beach Boyz, so D-A Beach B-O-Y-Z. I was hooked as soon as I heard the first couple of licks from a track, man. Just some good, we would call it posiecore here in the United States. Just good vibe, punk hardcore music, man. I dig it, dude. I'm digging the hell out of it. Messaged the guys. They said they were cool with me using some of their tracks. So go check them out. I'll leave the links in the description to go follow those guys and check them out on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to tunes from. Support South African music. That's me. You know, I'm always trying to do that. Sometimes I use my trust kill artists and whatnot, but sometimes I gotta support the boys in the Republic of South Africa. So we'll go ahead and get started. In this game, I'm going to watch 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time here in the U.S. Peacock Network, NBC Peacock app will be covering the Six Nations this year. They're also doing the Sevens tour, as they always do. But I'm going to be watching this with great intrigue because I think the overall vibe is whoever wins this game is who's going to win the Six Nations. But I'm watching it for a completely different reason because Ireland will be coming to South Africa later this year. And I think the question marks, obviously, losing someone the likes of Johnny Sexton. How are you going to replace that? Is that even possible? Well, we're about to find out tomorrow afternoon. Not to take away from also the fact that they also are missing Mac Hansen. But if you look at the opposite side with France, they're missing Antoine Dupont, their captain. He has decided to play sevens in the Olympics. And in Timac, still out since the World Cup. So I imagine Thomas Ramos will be doing the kicking duties for the French. But it is in France, in Marseille. And let me just say, this last week, I've learned a lot about the French. And, like the Irish, when I offended them, they just kind of roasted me in the comment section. I had French people in my DMs wanting to know where I lived. Now, to that response, they were always from private accounts. Nothing is private in my life. I live in Denton, Texas. Pull up that. Of all the nationalities that I'm afraid of in the world, the French are the last ones I'm afraid of. I'm sorry, guys. I do live in America. I did grow up on this side of the globe. And we'll just leave it at that. So we do have, it is at France. So there is the home field advantage. And I did learn a lot about the French in the quarterfinal of this last year's World Cup. That front row, they can roll. They can roll with the punches. And yes, we lost to Ireland in the pool game, but you go back and watch. It wasn't like they spanked us. They barely got by. And I think if we'd had Andre Pollard, it would not have been the same result. But they still do have Bundy Aki, who hopefully will continue his form that he had in the World Cup. Absolutely amazing from the Kiwi himself. James Lowe is playing, so they do have a lot of the same weapons. Obviously, Peter O'Mahony. I'm still sure I pronounced it incorrectly for my Irish followers, but I am gonna go with the Irish by the slimmest. I've got Ireland by 5. I'm just not convinced without Dupont and Timac that the French can do it. Their forwards can roll, but I don't know if there's going to be a miss. I know Jalabert is not a bad fly half. It's just missing somebody like Dupont, who is the best. Look, I will say it straight up, the best scrum half in the entire world. So I am going to give them the slimmest of victories by 5, Ireland over France. Next game we have is one that I'm also going to try and watch with great intrigue. After having the Oak Marcelo on the other day, check out the interview. It was the video that came out this last week. Really great dude, a writer for the paper there in Worcester, England, and a die-hard Italian rugby fan. And we've got, obviously, the first game under the tutelage of the new coach, Quesada, there in Italy, replacing Crowley. And then we've got an odd England squad. Owen Farrell off to France, Marcus Smith out with injury, but they are playing Italy. They have moved Capuzzo out to wing instead of him at fullback. I'm thinking it's because they know, well, much like we found out when we played England in the semifinal, that they can aerial assault you all they want. They'll kick the ball to you. They'll kick you to death. And I think moving Capuzzo out to the right wing with Tommaso Allen in the back, but they did not start their Welsh-born scrum half, Stephen Varney. He is coming off in relief, maybe as a bit of hey, man, if we get in trouble, we can still do it. But you still do have all the same guys. Jimmy George is captaining this Red Roses side or Palm side. You still have some of the same guys. Henry Slade. We still got Maro Itoje. We do have Joe Marler starting at prop. We still have Ellis Genji, Dan Cole. We still have, Denny Carey is still playing here. This is going to be a tough one. This is Gonzalo Quesada, his first game coaching the Italians. I would love to see the Italians beat the English, but I just don't think it's going to happen. But I don't think the English are going to beat the brakes off the Italians either. I think I've picked the English to win by 10, and that's a handsome, prediction. They might beat them by more than that, but it would be cool to see an upset with the Italians. And then the final game on the weekend, a game that I think will be very lopsided. And though that game is in Italy, it's going to be at the Stadium Olimpico in Rome. So it should be a really loud crowd there for the Italians. And the final game on the weekend, we've got Scotland heading to Millennium Stadium there in Cardiff, Wales. Looks like Ben O'Keefe. I guess I should have checked who the refs of the other games were, but Ben O'Keefe will be roughing this one. I've always liked Ben. I feel like he's very impartial, even though, we have the issues. Finn Russell will be captaining the Scottish side. Obviously, no Stuart Hogg. We knew that was going to be out of it. And David Jenkins, spelled Dafyd, D-A-F-Y-D. Is it David? Is that how you pronounce it? Jenkins will be the lock and the captain for the Welsh side. And obviously no Louis Rees-Zammit because he's over here in America looking rough, trying to play football. Look, man, he's not making a squad, guys. I'm sorry. I've seen him like, your JUCO players are better than that, but that's besides the point. You still do have Warren Gatlin as the coach with them. And I mean, it's still Gregor Townsend. I want to say Stuart Townsend. That's an actor, I think, coaching the Scottish. But I know Sione Tupelotu is like the vice captain, and I want to say they have one other vice captain for Scotland. But Stan will be starting out at the right wing. You've still got Duhan van der Merwe, very deadly at left wing. Tupelotu, like I said, at center there, the big body. You got Jamie Ritchie still. You've still got Sander Ferguson. Skoman, I think, gets the start. Yeah, Pierre Skoman is going to get the start at prop. I don't think Wales has a prayer. I'm picking a thrashing. I've picked Scotland by a minimum of 16, and I think it might be a lot more than that. I think Scotland is going to thrash the Welsh. Don't know how I feel about Finn Russell as a captain, but we'll see how that goes. I know he has done it, but there's just too much missing. Not having no Dan Beggar, Alan Wynne Jones retired finally, no Wynne Jones, no Beard, no, you know what I mean? Like, there's just nobody. They don't have Faletau is out with injury. The hell that the Welsh, the rugby union, if any of you guys have watched the Netflix series, yeah, man, I worry about Welsh Union pretty badly, but I just think there's just too much, man. I don't see enough superstars. Nobody is jumping out at me on the Welsh. So I think Scotland wins with ease. So I've picked Scotland, I've picked England, and I've picked Ireland are my winners for this week. Be cool to see Italy pull off an upset. I don't want to. If France beats Ireland, I think this is going to throw the whole thing into turmoil because I don't know if they can run the table. They might be able to, but we'll see how it goes. Obviously, I'm going to be paying attention to the first game on the weekend tomorrow at work. Well, not paying attention. I will be at work in case my boss sees this. But I'll have the Bluetooth speaker hooked up so I can work and listen to the game while it's going on. And I know it's going to be a loud crowd in France. They're very passionate about their national team. And both teams kind of looking to kind of shore up after a bit of disappointment, especially with both sides. I mean, France was hosting. They were one of the favorites. Ireland went into the tournament on a really huge win streak and got beat by, look, I'm going to say it again, by a mid All Blacks. Was not the greatest All Blacks team. And I think they're both wanting to kind of prove like, hey, the World Cup wasn't really what we had in us. And, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments section. If you think I'm cock, if you think my picks are cock and you just want to rip me a new one, or who knows, maybe you agree with my picks. Like I said, I have no dog in this fight. If I'm going to cheer for anyone, I'd probably cheer for the underdog, and that would be Ireland. Or not, that would be Italy. But I don't really expect much. I still think that Wales has a serious chance of finishing with a wooden spoon. I do think Italy can beat them. I don't think Italy can beat anybody else. And I think Scotland, depending on how they show up every day, I said it's either going to be France or Ireland at top, probably followed by Scotland, probably followed by England, Italy, Wales. I just don't, with England missing their key pieces, obviously no Marcus Smith. I think he's only out for the first game. No Owen Farrell, despite my feelings about the guy. He is a solid rugby player. He's a good leader on that. And I got to give a shout out. Big Jim did the interview with Sia, and you heard Sia respects him. I think that says a lot too. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section if you're going to be watching along. I know it's kind of a quiet weekend because it's the Six Nations start, and I know I'm just rearing for these derbies to pick back up in South Africa, so we have some good South African rugby to watch together. But until next time, guys, be safe, and totsians and cheers.